Ladies and gentlemen, Peeble Bryson. We had a once in a lifetime, but I just couldn't see until it was gone. Second once in a lifetime, maybe too much to ask, but I swear from now on, if ever you're in my arms again, this time I love you much better. If ever you're in my arms. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you all appreciate that song by Peeble Bryson. And 1980s. The debtor must have some ownership interest in the collateral before a security interest arises. The debtor must have some ownership interest. See? Rights in the collateral. Now here's the thing. You guys need to really pay attention to this. Limited purpose such as repair of property does not constitute rights in the collateral. Okay, yeah, just because you're repairing somebody's property doesn't mean you got rights in the property. So just because you're getting ready to buy a house don't mean you got rights to that house. For a creditor to have a valid security interest under Article 9, a debtor must have rights in the collateral. The baseline rule is that a security interest attaches only to whatever rights a debtor may have, broad and limited as those rights may be. Ladies and gentlemen, well, the taxes that you pay go for taking care of America. Don't you have part of the collateral interest in the security of America? In the debts of America? Aren't you part of the public for which a public debt interest security arise? Before a security interest may attach to collateral, the debtor must have rights in the collateral. Well, do you give up that right once you give the money to? No, 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 because that's a bailment. What? A bailment? Somebody and I were talking about bailments today. We were talking about the UCC form, and they were talking about Bailey Bailor. Now, they didn't understand about bailment when they were talking to me about Bailey Bailor, but you go back to 2012, and you saw I was talking a lot about Bailey Bailor. Ladies and gentlemen, before a security interest can attach to the property of a debtor, the debtor must have rights in the collateral. So you cannot, as I've said before, with your property, when you purchase it for the first time, put the property up as collateral for the loan. Impossible. But however, because you are a citizen of the United States and you are a member of the public and you document that you're a member of the public, you have a right. Pay attention, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You have a right to pledge that interest in that collateral. Go back and look at the SAPAT. Type in the word pledge and see what you have pledged already. You've already done it and nobody has questioned it. It's been on the public record, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is The Weekend. Save Your Tears. I kind of like this song, y'all. To create a security interest, a debtor by a debtor in favor of the creditor, one requirement is the debtor must have or acquire rights in the collateral. Yes, or acquire rights in the collateral. Ladies and gentlemen, security interest, but we're not talking about security interest, we're talking about a secured debt. They don't get to do that. So what I'm showing you right here, see, collateral is defined as property subject to a security interest. USPC explicitly requires the debtor must have rights in the collateral in order for a security interest to attach. When you pay taxes, we've already shown how the Treasury uses public money, borrows from the public. The Treasury borrows from the public. You're a member of the public. That means that you have a security interest in those money. There is no law. You did not agree to give up your security interest in the money you've loaned to the Treasury because the Treasury serves the public. You don't serve the Treasury. So it doesn't get to do what it wants to do with your money. They're public servants. So when I'm writing my money orders, I'm writing it on the very fact that, wait a minute, hold on. If you got full faith in credit, then I have full faith in credit. That's why we were doing the credit incident. Ladies and gentlemen, the banks get to do letters of credit. Why can't we do letters of credit? Hold on. No. Don't talk to me about no stupid statutes. I'm talking about private agreements. No. You try to use my arguments because you don't have the history, the knowledge, and the understanding. I know you're going to think that you do, and when you get in trouble, don't come asking me. Okay? When I say don't go using these arguments, understand what's being said, and then go do your research. And then go do more research so that you can stand on that square. But most of you are trying to stand on a pinhead, and you weigh 400 pounds. Sorry, if any of you do weigh 400 pounds, I'm not making a analogy towards you or that weight. What I'm trying to do is put a comparison between a person standing on a pinhead and weighing 5 pounds as opposed to 400 pounds. You can't stand on a pinhead weighing 400 pounds. You can't even stand on a pinhead weighing 100 pounds or 4 pounds. Okay, so it's an exaggeration, or what they refer to as a hyperbole. If you don't know what a hyperbole is, it's an exaggerated statement. I apologize, but we had to take that little break to do that disclaimer. But there would be people who would get offended, thinking that I was personally talking about them, and then they would sit up here and give me all kind of nasty comments. So we have to do the disclaimer, and see how much time it took to do the disclaimer. And if I had to do a disclaimer every time I said something on video, I would never be able to get any information out to you. I apologize. Again, now I got to do a disclaimer for that one. Do you see what I mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what rights do you have in the United States government? Come on now, answer the question before I go there. Hold on. Okay, let's see what we get. Johnny Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Illinois law provides that a debtor must have sufficient rights in the collateral belonging to another. If the owner of the collateral has agreed to the debtor's use of the collateral as a security. Ladies and gentlemen, that's every state. That's every state. That is every state. So how can you, when you purchase a home, claim that you have rights in the security if the owner has not specifically, explicitly, and deliberately given you those rights? You cannot. Now you can sign a document and pledge that as collateral for the loan, but even if you do, that doesn't make that loan a secured loan. It doesn't transform the loan into a secured loan because the origination of the loan was not a secured loan. It cannot then become a secured loan for the purposes of the, pay attention, Foreclosure Act. I'm giving you the argument because they're going to say, well, once you put it up as collateral, then it was a secured loan. That's right, but you can't use the federal or the state Foreclosure Act to foreclose on my property. As a matter of fact, my property is state property, so you can't even use the federal non-judicial Foreclosure Act with my property. And as far as the state is concerned, the state can't take my property away from me without due process of law. And your act only allows for them to proceed by sending out notices, but it doesn't give me a recourse. The only recourse you give me is paying the debt. You don't give me a recourse for challenging the debt. So your act is unconstitutional because it is not fair to the parties. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just simple comments that people should be making, at least in my opinion. So again, this is the recap on the last video. Security interest, ladies and gentlemen. You have a security interest in the collateral. You have a security interest in the full faith and credit of the United States, because the full faith and credit of the United States comes from the people. It's a government for the people, by the people, of the people. Go ahead. It's a government for the people, by the people, of the people. They are public servants. They serve the people, the public, the American public. Don't take my word for it. Gotta go. 10 minutes, y'all. Adios.